Hello, hello. This is Light It Up Again. I know it's been a while. The last time I did it was when the character of Black Panther died, but I have some good news. Hopefully, it'll work. I have my own computer. My sister gave it to me about a month ago to write my novels, which I will do 100%. I'm just taking my time on it because to be an author, you got to take your time. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking my time, which is, really good. But I'm also going to want to try and make more videos for my YouTube channel. This is my fourth, and I know it's been probably over a year now since I did another one, but I used my phone. So I'm gonna start doing more videos on on my on my laptop that I have, and I'm try and do it every night. If not, then that means I'm busy, but I will try and do it. So tonight, I am going to review a book called, I don't know if you can see it because it's written all over, but it's called Before I Die. My niece accidentally wrote all over it. She's 6, so I mean, don't mind the little paper markers that's on it, the little pencil markers that's on it. My niece drew on it. It's my book anyway. I mean, she's young, so I let her. But this novel, Before I Die, is about a girl who has leukemia. And she basically makes a list. She basically makes a list, and she basically makes a list of the top 10 things she wants to do before she passes away. And I actually just finished reading this book like 2, 3 nights ago. Like, finished it like 2 or 3 nights ago, and it was actually really good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was really good. It was actually like a really good novel. I mean, it's a romance book, obviously. I know it don't look like it, but it is. It's a romance novel. If you can see the cover a little bit, but yeah, it's a romance novel. And basically, this girl gets leukemia, and she tries to live her life the way she wants to before she passes away. And she's, tries to do like illegal things and other stuff that's on the list, and her family tries to stop it, but she don't want to. So it's kind of a good thing for her to do her own thing before she passes away, which is good for a lot of people. Actually, she has cancer in the book. This is my own book. That's why it's all messed up. The cover's not there, ripped out. But my sister Kayla, my sister gave this to me for Christmas. This is the second book she gave this to me for Christmas. She gave it to me last year, but I read it like like probably 8 months later because I was reading other books from the library. But my sister gave me it because I wanted to read it, and plus I know that there's a movie out. I think it's called Now Is Good. I believe, if I'm right, it stars Dakota Fanning, the little blonde girl who gets adopted on the movie I Am Sam and plays Jane in the Twilight series as the Volturi Jane evil person. And she plays in The Runaway as Cherie Curries. She also plays on The Cat in the Hat, which most of you probably know. She plays as the daughter. But anyway, she plays the lead character of the novel. And I'm actually wanting to see how the movie is and see if it did perfectly right. Because sometimes when they do stuff like this, when they put movies and books together in films, they don't do it right. Most of the time they do, sometimes they get it wrong. Me, on the other hand, mostly I basically like to read the books first and then I watch the movies because I basically want to see what's the difference comparison between the book and the movie. So I read the book first, and then I watch the movie right after. Sometimes, that's most of the time. Sometimes I'll watch the movie first and I'll read the book. Sometimes I'll even watch the movie and I don't even read the book. Like I Am Legend with Will Smith. They made multiple adaptations to it. They made the 2007 Will Smith adaptation, then they made like two other ones. Last Man on Earth, I think it was like two other adaptations before, or three. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'm sure I'm wrong though. But I have not read I Am Legend. I have not read it. I'm sure it's way different than the movie. Completely different, but definitely 100% I'm going to read it. But Before I Die by Jenny Downham was actually a fabulous novel. I loved it. It was excellent. And it is basically like, it is actually emotional. I will admit. I mean, I'm not going to say it made me cry. It didn't do that. But it is emotional because you can kind of tell, like, it's like you feel yourself in the novel, you feel yourself in the book. And basically, like, you feel yourself in the book, and it's like you're with her and you're trying to help her or whatever, like her family and her friends do. They help her with the list and try and see what they can do to help her before she goes. Now, there was another book that I got. I actually already read it. I actually already read it. I actually already read another book that my sister gave me. It's called Gossamer Hall. GOSSAMERHALL. I actually have read that 3 times. Well, twice. Halfway through the third time. But the book got flooded in the 2016 flood, and didn't necessarily, like, I didn't get to keep it, and it got molded, and I didn't get to keep it. It got basically flooded. So anyway, I got the book from Christmas, Gossamer Hall, real quick. I'm gonna talk to you about that. Gossamer Hall. I don't know who the author is. Tell me in the comments because I forgot. Last time I read the book was like in I think it was in 2011 or 12 in Christmas. One of those two, 2012 Christmas. That's when I got that book. I read it. I even went to school and I read it. And it was horrifying. It was really good. It was scary. It was good. And it was really crazy. I actually do recommend that book as well because basically, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments as well, but if I'm right, you can go ahead and look it up too. But if I'm right, it's basically about these group of teenagers, high schoolers, they're in high school, and they do some kind of acting play. They do some acting play about these, like, bank robbers or serial killers that happened in the past and their time in the novel. And after they do the play, the serial killers, that the past serial killers who are actually dead in the novel, resurrect, come back alive, literally resurrect out of their graves and start hunting them down through, like, the high school and thunderstorms and all. It was really crazy. It was really good. It actually has been like 9 years since I've read the novel. 9 years. It was good. But it's been 9 years since I read that one. But I read Before I Die by Jenny Downham. And I finished it 2 or 3 nights ago, and it was really amazing. I loved it a lot. I feel like out of all the books that I've read, this one was actually one of my favorites. I mean, I got a lot of favorites. I'll admit, I have a lot of favorites. I have a lot of favorites. I have my I have Before I Die. I have hold on one second. You might not be able to see me because it's dark. Turn on the lights. I'm gonna show y'all something. Now, I'm basically a bookworm. I can tell you that. I'm definitely a bookworm, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why I'm a bookworm. And the reason why I like reading books is because I do. Obviously, 100%, I know a lot of people do. I obviously like to read them as well. And for those of you who don't know, I'm actually trying to become an author, which is why I said about the computer earlier. Sorry you can't see my face. I'm trying to get something for y'all. Hold on. 1 second. Okay. So, as I was saying, I'm a bookworm, definitely. But as I got this computer as well because my sister gave it to me, I'm going to start. I'm actually writing rough drafts in papers. I'm not necessarily typing yet, but I'll be making sure of that. 100%, I'll be making sure of that. I will definitely do that. But I'm taking my time on it. But I really want to become an author. And hopefully that happens in the future. I don't know when, but hopefully it does. So wish me good luck and thank you for that. Okay. As I was saying about the books that I was reading, I'm going to show y'all. I actually keep a list. I keep a list of all the books that I've read. And it's actually really cool. I like how I did it. And I've actually continued to read it the whole time. Okay. Hopefully this works. Okay. I'm going to read out the list. It's front and back, but it's 3 pages so far right now. But I'm going to read out the list of all the books that I've read. And I'm going to tell you which ones I actually like. I mean, I like all of them, but which ones were good. These are all the books that I've read so far by myself in my lifetime right now. Okay. Harry Potter 1, The Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter 2, The Chamber of Secrets, and Harry Potter. Well, I read part of Harry Potter 3. I read part of it. I was on chapter 4 with the bus scene where Harry leaves his house and he goes to the bus. I never finished it. I accidentally wrote it on this list, but I didn't finish Harry Potter 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. I did not finish it, but it's going to stay on the list because I will read it 100%. I'm going to read it, and then that way I won't have to change it. But I'm going to keep it anyway because I know I'm going to read it, So, and then after that, now these are the ones I did read. Harry Potter 8, The Cursed Child, which is, even though it's a play, it is a sequel to Deathly Hallows. The novel, Deathly Hallows, the novel, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. It is a sequel. Even though it's in a play, it's still a sequel because it takes place many years later from where the epilogue took off in Deathly Hallows Part 2 in the movie and also in the novel. I've only read really 3 out of the novel. Out of the series. I've only read Harry Potter 1, 2, and 8. That's it. I didn't read the other ones. I'm working on it soon. But I have read The Hunger Games, The Hunger Games 2, Catching Fire, The Hunger Games 3, Mockingjay, Divergent, Divergent 2, Insurgent, and Divergent 3, Allegiant. The Maze Runner 2, Scorched Trials, The Maze Runner 3, The Death Cure. If I Stay. There is a sequel to If I Stay. If y'all guys find it somewhere online, I actually recommend that y'all read it as well. Because that one was good. It's kind of confusing a little bit, but it's really good. I liked it. They had it at the library. I checked it out and I read it. It's not technically called If I Stay 2. I just put it as a 2 because it's a sequel to If I Stay. So I put it If I Stay 2, Where She Went. The novel is only called Where She Went. That's it. That's just the novel, Where She Went. But I put it If I Stay 2 on the list, Where She Went, because it's a sequel to the first one of If I Stay. That's why I put it the second. It by Stephen King, Carrie by Stephen King, The Stand by Stephen King, Joyland by Stephen King. Y'all guys can go ahead and count this in the comments if y'all can. Try and keep up though. The Dark Tower 1, The Gunslinger. The Dark Tower 3, The Wastelands, Blockade Billy, Pet Cemetery, Gerald's Game, The Dark Tower 2, Drawing of the Three. Hold up, flipping the page. The Dark Tower 4, Wizard and Glass. The Dark Tower 5, Wolves of the Kala. And The Dark Tower 6, Song of Susanna. That I basically read all of them in the Dark Tower series, except for the one that takes place between 4 and 5, where they're in a storm or whatever. But that's kind of like a spinoff, not like a sequel to the main one. And I still got to finish reading the 7th when I check it out at the library. But I have read all the other ones. American Assassin, American Assassin 2, Kill Shot. It's just called Kill Shot. Transfer of Power is the third one, but that's in chronological order. I looked it up in chronological order. That's in chronological order so far. I've read Twilight, Twilight 2, New Moon, and Twilight 4, Breaking Dawn. Now, when I read those, I was trying to see if they had, because my mom had this big bookshelf in the house, and it was like all full of books, literally all full of books. And I was trying to see if they had Eclipse, the third novel, Twilight Eclipse. Well, they didn't have it, so I skipped it and just went to Breaking Dawn. Now I have the whole series. My mom got me the whole series for my birthday or whatever, or Christmas or whatever last year or the year before, 2019 or something. And I've only read the first two again, but I'm going to read the third, and put it on the list. But I've only read 1, 2, and 4. I even have the third one. And I'm going to read it. I Am Number 4, which is the first one, because I got like 7 of them. I only read like 2 or 3 of that one. Vampire Academy, I've read all but the last one so far. The Lion Game, I've read all of those. Game of Thrones 1 and 2, A Clash of Kings. I did read the third. I'm on page 800. I didn't finish it, but I checked out 4 and 5, and I'm just going to go ahead and just read those two, and then I'm gonna watch the series. Now, I did not watch the series of Game of Thrones. I did not. I did not watch the series of Game of Thrones because, first of all, I was too young when it came out in 2011. Okay, a lot of bad stuff like nudity and all that. So that's definitely it. Okay. And then on the other hand, by the time I was like 18 or 17 or 16 and the show was still going on, I didn't want to continue, or I didn't technically want to start. I'm sorry, I didn't want to technically start watching it from a future season, like let's say season 5 or 6. Season 5 or 6, all right? I didn't want to start watching it. I wanted to watch it from the beginning. So I'm going to watch it soon. I'm going to buy a whole box set of the whole series. I'm going to do that. Pretty Little Liars, I've read all of them. I didn't see the series. I think they went off course, I could tell, because it's 7 seasons, and I guess they did, but then again, it's like they did follow the story maybe, but then again, it's just too much. Like even the books, all 16 novels of Pretty Little Liars, 100%, 100%, way too much to read. If you do read them, just don't even focus on who wakes up with who gets with who. Just focus on what's going on, how how A is revealed, like who A, and like just focus a little bit on the story, but to switch it up between the two, the two girls or whatever, the two twins or whatever, something like that. But that's what I did. I just basically focused on the main story, which was A. I didn't really care about who broke up with who dated who. It was just too much to. It was just too much to even try and comprehend in my mind. Let Me In, which is Let the Right One In. It's the same thing. I actually have the movie of Let Me In with Chloe Grace Moretz, the girl off of Kick Ass, as Hit Girl in the purple suit. I actually still have the movie Let Me In. That's actually my own movie. I read the novel, even though I've already know what happened in the movie, because I've watched it a whole bunch of times and I still have it and I still love it. But I read Let Me In, the Fifth Wave trilogy. I got the third one from for my birthday, and I read it in 2016, and I didn't like the ending. It was a good trilogy. I just I just didn't like the ending, but I do. But out of all three of them, the fifth wave is the other one because I didn't like how the character was changed. Hold on, let me sit down so you guys can see me. Ugh. All right, hold up. Let's see if I can. Okay, you guys good? Okay, hold up. Okay. All right, hold on. I got the other 2 pages of the list. Okay, where was that? Okay, The Miseducation of Cameron Post. I read that novel. Maleficent movie novelization. I got that from the library. It's just a movie from the, it's just the same thing with the movie that came out in 2014 with Angelina Jolie. Suicide Squad movie book 2016. Same thing with the movie. The Running Man. Did I read that? Oh no. Hold up. I got the wrong pages. Wait. Hold on. Okay. I'm back. Sorry for the interruption. I accidentally grabbed 2 more pages of like a Stephen King novels that I'm trying to go down the list and read them all and stuff, but I accidentally grabbed them. It was an accident. Sorry. Okay, 48. All right, number 48. Tony and Susan. Now, for those of you who don't know, the novel Tony and Susan is based on a novel. I mean, the novel Tony and Susan, the novel Tony and Susan, is based on a major motion picture. Guess what movie that is based on? How about this? I'll go ahead and let y'all guess in the comments. Go ahead and guess and see which one that's based on in the comments without looking it up. That's cheating. You gotta think. Okay? Some of you, okay, how about this? You can look it up, but just think first. And if you don't know, then you can look it up. You can look it up if you don't know, but if you know, put it down in the comments. Thank you for that. All right, Before I Fall, where the girl wakes up and she's in a Groundhog Day loop or whatever and stuff. It was really good. I actually have that movie too. I got that for my birthday in 2017, I believe. 2017 for my birthday, and it was really good. I love the movie. The girl that plays the main character, Zoe Diaz, I believe, the girl from Vampire Academy and Everybody Wants Some, and the if I'm right, the girl Madison off of with the blonde hair, Zombieland 2 Double Tap, Zombieland Double Tap, the girl Madison. She played on the movie Before I Fall. If you guys seen the movie, if you girls or guys or anybody, if any of y'all have seen the movie, it was really good. If you haven't, I recommend 100% a watch. It was awesome. Okay. Big Little Lies. I did read that. I actually did read that novel before the TV show came out, and I seen the TV show on cable. It was really good. They made a season 2. I didn't see season 2 yet. I'm gonna try and watch it, but I hope if it ends good, if it ended good, they make a season 3. We'll see. Sail by Sail in the Beach House. Read that. That's by what's his name? I forgot his name. What's his name? If I'm right, I think he's the author of Alex Cross. I think that's him. The one who did Alex Cross. Let me know in the comments. I forgot. Let me know in the comments who that is. Who's the author of Alex Cross and the author of Sail in the Beach House. I think his name is Peter. Starts with a P. Let me know in the comments. I know it starts with a P. Let me know in the comments. Coraline. I read that. Neil Gaiman. Narnia 1 and 2. I read those 2. I did read the 3rd, but I never finished it, so I didn't put it on there. And I didn't read the other ones yet. The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I read the novel. The TV show was fabulous. I loved it. For those of you who don't know, though, I know this is probably really weird. but the girl who plays as Theo, not young Theo, but the older Theo, the adult Theo, is actually the director's wife. If you don't believe me, look it up and then you can post it in the comments. Requiem for a Dream, I think I got that right, that novel. Now, I did see that movie, and I will admit, the director of Black Swan and Mother, I forgot his name, let me down, put that down in the comments too. But he directed it perfectly. And honestly, I think he should have got an Oscar nomination for that directing. For, for that directing, he should have got an Oscar nomination. Okay. The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. I read that in 3 days. The Best of Me, also by Nicholas Sparks. I have two other ones that I'm reading now, but I'm only reading the first one, and then I'm reading the second one, which is a sequel. But I'm only reading the first one, True Believer. At First Sight is a sequel to True Believer, so I'm reading True Believer first. I'm just taking my time on it. Burning, I forgot who that was. Some about this girl in some kind of prison or some kind of asylum, and something happens. It's like a green cover, but it's called Burning. Look it up in the comments. Look it up and post it down in the comments who it is. Gossamer Hall, GossamerHoll, I believe. If I'm not right, look it up and then put it down in the comments as well. But Gossamer Hall was the one I was talking about way earlier, where I said that my sister gave me the first one for Christmas before I died, which I finished as well. Live by Night by Dennis Lehane, good novel, read it. The Raft, I got that from school, read it, that was pretty cool. I forgot who it was by. I actually have the book. The Lion Game 2, 4, 3, 5, 6. Paper Towns, Mirror Mirror by Cara Delevingne, the girl off of Suicide Squad as Enchantress. She actually wrote a book called Mirror Mirror, and it was really good. It was her and some other author, but go ahead and check that book out if you haven't read it. Go ahead and check it out. It was good. I Am Number 4, Part 2, Part 3, Vampire Academy 2. I've read all of them. I'm almost done. The Nightingale. No, wait. I gotta go on the back. I'm sorry. I skipped a lot more. Alright. Vampire Academy 3, 4, and 5. I read all 6 of them. Well, all except for the last one, Last Sacrifice. Rush, the game. It's like it's like where this girl gets captured and she gets this thing on her wrist and she meets this guy and they have guns and they got to go through this thing. It was okay. It was kind of confusing a little bit. I forgot who it was, but the book is called Rush. But then again, you might as well just put Rush parentheses the game, and you'll see what trilogy. It's 3 books. I've only read the first one. The first is Rush. I was reading the second. I didn't finish it. Never got around to the third one yet. But I've read Rush. Pretty Little Liars 2, obviously. Murder on the Orient Express. I read that. Z for Zachariah. I know they got a movie out by it. It was pretty cool. All the Bright Places. That one was all right. I liked it. That one was really cool. That was a really good movie. I read it actually when I went over to one of my friends' house because he didn't have any Wi-Fi or anything or no internet, and I didn't have internet on my phone at the time. So I read it, and it was really good. Recommend a read. Recommend a book. Read that. All the Bright Places. It was good. Wonder. That book was good. Read it. Really good. I liked it. I know they made a movie about that too. I didn't see it yet with I think it's Julia Roberts, and I think it's by Julia Roberts, Owen Wilson, and it's got that kid that played on Room, Jacob something. Put it down in the comments, but I think his name's Jacob something. Jacob something. I don't know his last name. That's why I'm saying something. I don't know his last name. Okay, Pretty Little Liars 3, 4, 5. The Cabin in the Woods, like a movie book, like the movie. The Color Purple. That book was good. All right, I'm just gonna go down the list. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. The Shining by Stephen King. Pretty Little Liars 6. The Institute. Pretty Little Liars 7. 13 Reasons Why. That was a good novel. The show, I guess I could tell, was really controversial because it actually had the suicide. But you know what? That's what the novel is. That's what happens in the novel. I don't know why people got so controversial in that. It's what happens in the novel. Season one is the book. Season two through season four is kind of like a sequel to the novel. But I can watch the series now because I've already read the book. But they had to put it just like the book was, because if they didn't, they would have just messed up. I mean, it only lasts 4 seasons. I'm sure it was good. I'm not saying the show was bad. I'm sure the show was good, but I know it was really controversial, especially with mental illness and suicide. But a lot of people go through that, and it's not good. And if somebody is going through that, they need help. I'm not saying like crazy help, like they need a friend or a family member to help them, because that is really serious. Um, Pretty, Pretty Little Lies 8, 9, and 10. The Shining 2, Doctor Sleep. I did a book review on that. Pretty Little Lies 11 and 12. The Nightingale. Okay, The Nightingale. There's actually a movie coming out, I think, this December, unless it gets delayed again. But surprisingly, if those don't know this, go ahead and look this up. But it's true. For the first time ever, Dakota Fanning from the Cat in the Hat and Ella Fanning, for those of you who know from Super 8, as I think Abby, or I think that's her name, Abby, or something like that, or whatever. But Ella Fanning and Dakota are playing on screen sisters for the first time, like ever. Even though they're sisters in real life, they're doing it for the Nightingale, and the Nightingale was really good. I read Galveston. That one was pretty good, just like the movie with Ben Foster and Elle Fanning. That one was good. Pretty Little Liars 13, 14, and 15. My Heart and Other Black Holes 12. The book 12, from that 2010 movie 12 or whatever, with Mike, and about this drug named 12 and all that. It was pretty cool. I actually seen the movie first, and then like 10 years later, I read the novel, actually, to tell you the truth. I read the novel like last year. So 10 years later, in 2000, I think like 2000, like 10 or 11, I watched it on cable, the movie, and it was really good. And then 10 years later, in 2020, 9 or 10 years later, in 2020, I finally read the novel. I didn't know it was even based on a novel until I looked it all up. It was good. The Knife Never Letting Go. I think that's a romance a little bit, but it's about mental illness. Oh, no. That's from Chaos Walking. The Chaos Walking trilogy. That movie with Tom Hardy and Daisy Ridley. Tom Holland from Spider-Man and Daisy Ridley from Star Wars. I haven't seen the movie yet. I know it came out last year. I want to check it out. I read The Knife Never Letting Go, which is book 1. Chaos Walking 2, The Ask and the Answer. And Chaos Walking 3, Monsters of Men, and it was really good. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon by Stephen King, that one was good. Cell by Stephen King, the whole book of Night Shift with all the short stories on it by Stephen King. Pretty Little Liars 16, Vicious, the last one. Speak. The movie Speak with Kristen Stewart. Those of you who don't know this, Kristen Stewart made a movie in 2004 or 5 called Speak. And it's about this girl who has, I guess I could say, PTSD because it bothers her throughout her high school year, or whatever. She has something that happens to her. I'm not going to spoil it. If you haven't read it, read it. I suggest you read it. It's good. It was good. It was good. But something happened to her one summer, and then she can't stop thinking about it, and it goes on in her head, and it was really good. I'm not going to spoil it. You go ahead and read it for yourself. You'll find out. It was good. Read Speak. I don't think. I think I know who it's by, but I forgot the author. So look it up. Put the author in the comments, and then go ahead and see if you can read it. It was good. I read a book called Willow. That one was good. Miss Mercedes, Finders Keepers, and End of Watch. I finally read that Detective Trilogy by Stephen King. Salem's Lot later, and also the book review of Before I Die. All those books are the books that I've read so far, and that is 142 books so far. 142, and it's actually really good. I'm glad that I like being a bookworm. I'm glad I like reading books. It's what I do. And I actually hope to do this more often for my YouTube channel. So if you guys like this video, subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment whatever you want. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's fine. Everybody has their opinions. I'm not going to get mad, but I'm still going to do more of this because it's really fun. I like it. So subscribe to my channel. Leave a like down below. Comment in the section what your thoughts on the Before I Die review and all the books that I've read and me becoming an author, and see what we got to do. Well, see what I can do, to become an author. Thank you. This is Light It Up, and that's the end game. See you soon. Bye.